Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS. I'm with my friend Calvin, and today we're going to be talking about some terms that get thrown around in Yu-Gi-Oh! And some excuses a lot of people make. So, in Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of times when people lose, there's usually an excuse for it. I'm not a big fan of excuses. I'm kind of one of the more like, if you lost, you lost. There's a reason why you lost. You could have won, blah, blah, blah. But specifically, there are some terms that get thrown around, in my opinion, way too much. You've probably heard a lot of these terms like helmet decks, solitaire decks, degenerate, what's the other one? Things like, stuff like that.
Helmet, solitaire, degenerate, it's another one. It's
Gimmicky, you played a gimmick
Gimmicky,
deck, things like that.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna kind of talk about why these terms don't really make sense and why a lot of players need to actually stop using them and actually try to improve. So what do we start with? What do you think? What's your least favorite of
My
them?
least favorite?
The one you hear the most? Or
Gimmicky.
gimmicks, yeah.
I hate it.
So what exactly are gimmicks? Like, do we even know?
I don't know, because I mean, like, they say the deck is gimmicky, but the deck did what it was supposed to do. Like,
Right.
if it's made to do that and then it does that well, not even does it well, but it actually did what it's made to do.
Does it consistently, right?
How is it gimmicky? It's supposed to do it.
See, I think people use this term gimmicky when it's just like, oh, gimmicky equals it wasn't meta or wasn't what I prepared for. And I don't really like that mentality because,
I don't even like the word meta.
Because you should prepare for pretty much anything. I mean, obviously, you can't prepare for random Jimmy's deck at table 258. But, like, I hear gimmick thrown around for decks like Fluffles or, a deck like Infernoids even. Oh, that's just a gimmicky deck. Like, if you hit Reasoning, you just got lucky or whatever, it's just a gimmick. But the thing is, those are legitimate decks. You do have to prepare for them.
That's what it was supposed to do. It's supposed to
right.
Reasoning, hope you mill a lot of Infernoids and then eventually hit whatever your engine is. I guess mostly Light Swarm, but
yeah, and
that's what it's supposed to do.
And you play Gymnites, you know all about this. People people say it's a gimmick all the time, right?
Yes, because I don't know why though. Like,
because they don't know.
Gymnites says banish the Gymnite, add it back to my hand. That's what I'm
and just reuse it and you fuse, and people they don't know. They don't know what it is.
So it's gimmicky to people that don't really understand or don't want to understand or it's not a deck they like.
Right. Yeah, it's not like
that's basically what it comes down to. If it's not meta or a deck that they like,
yeah, it's a gimmick. And I've even heard people say like something a tech, like you're teching this random copy of something in a deck that's not supposed to run it. Pick a Penguin Soldier and Shadalls.
I love Penguin Soldier. Well,
yeah. And then like people are gonna, oh, that's just gimmicky. That's why you won. Well,
I put it in my deck and you didn't.
Yeah, but
you may have won if you did it.
Yeah, the same argument could even be said that like if it's so gimmicky, then like why did it work, right? Like if it's a gimmick, gimmicks aren't supposed to work.
Take.
And so I don't like that, And then there are other terms. Solitaire, really popular one. I kind of get it. I mean, I still think it's said too much, but a lot of people are like, oh, it's a solitaire deck because like you're not interacting with your opponent. You're just playing, with yourself.
Solitaire decks to me are the decks that like Konami didn't really plan on being decks. It's kind of more of a man-made
player thing.
Yeah, like
I mean,
okay, Hat wasn't really it to me, but like I said, like when you talking about the chicken game and chain burn, that's kind of stuff that like people kind of put together and made into a deck.
I still feel like there's no excuse to like just complain blindly about them. Like I get it, they can pop up, they can beat you, that if you're not prepared. But at the same time, how many of those decks ever actually top YCSs? How many times do you see Final Countdown or Chain
And then
Burn?
it's the fact that like I mean literally, I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Maybe y'all might not be like us, but literally before every event we go to. When we get together, we always be like, it's gonna be that one person that's running chain or something. So it's coming.
Especially if you've played this game for this long,
I don't feel like for it.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's any more reason to hate. On like, I hate Final Countdown players or Chain Burn players, but it's like if you've been playing this long, surely you know.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
You better side some degrees or something. Have something for them. Especially if Chicken Game gets big now, then you're gonna have to side like Hain Wada or. Whatever the card is, because you can't keep losing to it and just continue to say, oh, well, it's like a solitaire deck.
It's gimmicky.
Because, I mean, good pro players, they have to deal with it. They still win.
Yeah,
so,
like I said, it's coming.
What's another one? Degenerate.
Yeah.
Let me start. I don't really even know what this term means.
I can't distinguish what it means from real life and Yu-Gi-Oh. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't know what that means.
Because
you can call me ignorant. I don't understand it. Maybe
I wouldn't say that because
maybe you can explain.
I would say because see the thing is in real life I know what degenerate means.
Yeah,
like not productive, counterproductive. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, people just say this deck or that deck is degenerate. I've heard things like Ritual Beasts are degenerate. That doesn't make sense. They do it. They're just doing what their deck does. Side and Iron Wall. You get I just don't like when people are like, okay, Ritual Beast, it's just degenerate. They just do this thing over and over, and they, plus from it. If anything, that's pretty much what.
Yeah, I mean
that's the opposite
that's
of
the
degenerate.
Of the deck. That's what the deck was made to do. So.
And I just feel like it's an excuse. I don't feel like that in any way validates you losing. Whether the deck is degenerate or not, how does that make your loss any more justified?
Nah, because I mean, again, it's something is coming, so it should be something in your side. If you expect people to play, if it's caused enough to where you and your friends are talking about it before an event, you should probably side for it.
Yeah, and after the event, you're all angry about it, like, oh, I lost, and then the next event you go and don't.
Sign for it. Because
excuses.
But we're pros, so we don't play MST this format.
Yeah, I hate hearing that. I feel like that's all sometimes I feel like when they say MST is bad this format, it's just like a conspiracy. Mm-hmm. Like if we just tell enough people that MST isn't good this format,
and then we run MST
then
ourselves,
we can just run it, and you know what I mean? Like I feel like pros.
Yeah. No.
We're on to you, but yeah. And then the last term, and I know this one's kind of just used as a joke, but helmet decks. It's cute and fun to use at locals. Like Cleaforts is a helmet deck or Teller Knights is a helmet deck. But the truth is, I mean, they're beatable decks. I don't like when people lose and say that, they lost to a helmet deck and that's just why they lost. It was because it was helmet.
I mean, the thing with helmet decks to me is that you can say it's helmet, but at the end of the day, you still have to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, you still...
Like when they were saying Booges was helmet. Maybe you were supposed to search a turtle and you searched a crane or some shit. You still have to play the deck. It still involves you playing it in some kind of way. And you can that up. I said.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand how a deck is helmet. Because like I said, you can still mess up your plays. Like you still have to play the actual deck. So I don't believe any deck is actually helmet.
Yeah, and
no matter what you say.
I think it started out as a joke, but now some people really justify a loss because something was helmet, and that just doesn't work out. Because I mean, if the Cross and Shadals can still win, then but yet Klee and Teller Knights are helmet. I don't get that. Like all the decks just have their strengths. They all have something they're supposed to do. Some of them work differently. If it doesn't. Just because it doesn't adhere to your narrative of what, how Yu-Gi-Oh should be played doesn't mean...
Everybody says Tellers are helmet. It's like...
But even Tellers aren't completely autoplay. I mean, you can very easily make mistakes. You can open badly.
Any deck you play, you have the chance of making mistakes. So, I mean, as I said, I don't think any deck is considered actually helmet. Just another Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
I also just don't like, people saying things like, oh, I lost because he top decked Dark Hole. Or I lost because he ripped this, or I didn't have this. And it's like, well, you can say that, and yes, there's some luck of the draw to Yu-Gi-Oh, sure. But you could say you lost to Dark Hole because you didn't prepare for it. You made a field that was vulnerable to Dark Hole.
I can't get mad at my opponent because he top decked Dark Hole for game.
A card is running.
This guy searched his deck 4 times. He sent from the deck to the graveyard 4 cards. His deck is already down by 8 cards.
Yeah.
That's odds. He's supposed to draw something he needed eventually.
And he ran it because it's a good card.
It because of that reason.
Like it isn't like the Dark Hole came out of the sky and just, what I mean?
He bandicoot it out of his glove.
Yeah. It's actually, he runs the card, so and there's an argument that you can make a field that's resilient to Dark Hole. Like, does anyone remember windups where you can make a field with Tiras and Maestroke and things like that, and Zenmaines, where it's okay, you limit your opponent's ability to use Dark Hole. So I don't like when people are just like, oh well, I lost because he ripped Dark Hole, or I lost because I didn't draw my E-Telly. Well, maybe
you lost because you was not prepared.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
why
you didn't play test in advance. Your ratios are off. You didn't prepare for Dark
because
Hole.
everyone in my locals doesn't run Dark Hole, so surely I won't see Dark Hole.
Yeah, exactly. All right, like you really have to just prepare. And
Dark Hole exists.
And
it blows up monsters. That does stuff.
You can't attribute your losses all the time to just he was playing Helmet, he was playing a Degenerate deck, he ripped this, he ripped that, I didn't get this. You know, everyone's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you're playing, your opponent's playing. Like, your opponent's not gonna just sit down and take it, you know? They're trying to win.
Lo and behold, maybe it was not a Helmet deck or a Degenerate deck. Maybe it was you.
Yeah,
Some
maybe.
kind of way. I know that sounds far-fetched. I know it can't possibly be true. Maybe this was like Earth 52 or something could possibly be true. But it's always, it could have been you.
Maybe you just messed up. And so that's kind of the moral of the story here is don't blame your opponent and what they're playing.
And don't do drugs.
That too.
That was a good moral right there.
Remember, you know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! If it can beat you, you have to prepare for it.
Exactly.
And that's the video. In the comments.
Oh, I can do it. Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment. Ask us questions.
What are they supposed to comment for this video? Comment your best experiences hearing somebody complain about your deck.
Yeah, do that.
That'd be fun.
And buy us pizza.
Yeah, can work. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Do all those things. We'll catch you guys next time. Later.